Juliette Touma is the Communications Director for United Nations Relief and Work Agency. She joins us from Amman now. Juliette, we've been hearing that this conflict has been the deadliest conflict for UN staff ever. How is morale among your teams in Gaza when you are able to contact them? What do you say to them?
Yes, that's it. When we are able to contact them, which we currently are not. Just now, as I was waiting to come and speak to you, we got reports that maybe the internet or the communication is gradually starting to come back. But more to your question, it's been devastating for UNRWA. I mean, 88 colleagues, that's the latest we got on this huge loss. We are in grief. We remember those colleagues. We are extremely, extremely sad. UNRWA is never going to be the same without these colleagues, our teachers, doctors, engineers, support staff, many of them killed with members of their families, many in their home, many themselves were displaced. One of them was a young woman with disability. I mean, it's just devastating, devastating.
And over the course of the last few weeks, several UNRWA facilities have been hit. In your view, can there be any justification for that? Do you think there's any chance that Hamas fighters could be hiding amongst the thousands sheltering, for example, in your schools?
Look, what we do know is that nearly 50 UNRWA facilities, 50, have been impacted during this 1 month brutal, brutal war. What exactly happened and what caused the damage to these buildings, we really do not know. What we do know is that some of them were directly hit. Some of them were schools being used as shelters for the displaced. In some of them, we had a high number of casualties, many injured. This is what we know for now. UN facilities must be protected at all times, including during conflict.
So in your view then, even if there were potentially Hamas fighters hiding, there would still never be any justification?
Look, we give to the parties of the conflict the coordinates of these facilities. What I do know is that nearly 50 of the UN facilities have been impacted, damaged, including most recently over the weekend, we had 4 schools in a row that have been impacted, including one of the schools that had previously 16,000 people. Due to that, there were children who were killed. Women were baking bread while this happened. All we're saying is that UN facilities, wherever they are across the Gaza Strip, they must be protected at all times. Also because we are sheltering more than 700,000 people in 150 facilities of the UN in Gaza, of UNRWA in Gaza.
Juliette, those are truly astonishing numbers. We were talking there about that joint call of all of the UN organizations for a ceasefire. I wonder if you could tell me how unusual such a call is and whether you still hold any hope that it will be successful, given so many other calls have been ignored.
Look, we live thanks to hope, and we continue thanks to hope. And as humanitarians, hope guides us. This has always been our mantra. So there is always hope. The statement this morning is unprecedented. It comes due to the unprecedented consequences and situation that we are all going through, especially the civilians in Gaza. So the call is for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire that will spare civilians, wherever they are, more grief and more loss and more pain. We are coming very close to getting reports that 10,000 people have been killed. 70% of those killed are reportedly women and children. We lost a huge number of staff. In fact, never ever in the world has the UN lost such a high number of colleagues in any conflict in such a short span of time. There is not just a need, it's a must to have the ceasefire. It's a must. In fact, we're long overdue. And then meanwhile, what we're also calling for is an expansion of the humanitarian operation inside the Gaza Strip so that we're able to bring in more humanitarian supplies. And what we're also asking for is for fuel to come into the Gaza Strip. You see, not one drop of fuel has come into the Gaza Strip for the past 1 month, and we need fuel.
Juliette, Touma from Amman, thank you for joining me. My thoughts with you and your colleagues at this really difficult time. Thank you.